And we are live. What's good, Charles? Your man, DL Saint. How y'all feeling? welcome. Yeah, listen, this is crazy. I was definitely planning on doing a live today, but I was gonna do a live to continue breaking down that Valuetainment PBD interview with Andrew Tate. And I still probably will later on tonight, if not tomorrow. But while I was making I did a couple of DL shorts today. I was just kind of recording and uploading stuff, not really paying attention to what's going on. Uh, wasn't really thinking about the Trump arraignment. Like I saw some stuff. Of course, he was going to have to be in Miami. I wasn't thinking about it. And you guys will hear noise in the background. Like I said, my daughter's home, so I made her get out. I didn't make her get out of bed. I just went and told her something, and she got up and started moving around. But I wasn't thinking about it. But yeah, today was the day that Trump was supposed to go to federal court in Miami, where he was arraigned, is actually arrested and arraigned. I was like, yo, so that's historic. It's first time in American history a former president, has been indicted, arrested, and arraigned on federal charges. So I'm gonna catch up on that. I really want to know in here, but I really should have put downrange downrange podcast because it's political, but at the same time, it's just so historic. It's not just solely political. Like, let's talk about what this means to the race and this and that. Like, bro, what does this mean moving forward for America? Like, what does it mean for the Republican Party? I mean, it's a lot of it's a lot of stuff. Like, it's a lot of stuff. So we just gonna break it down. We'll talk about it a little bit here. I mean, boy, like boy. So I got a couple articles from CNN. I got some video from Breaking Points. Yeah, I know Breaking Point's my favorite spot for news. I mean, I like Breaking Point because, in my opinion, they're better than mainstream media, 100%. They are independent, so they're doing it the way they want to do it. Um, so of all the sources out there, I like going to them. I like the way they put it out there. I like the way they talk. Like, it is what it is. Say what you want about Crystal and Sager, but I like what they're doing in comparison to the mainstream media. They get it best, in my opinion. Now, print media, look at what you're going to look at. BBC is all over this. I haven't seen anything on Al Jazeera yet, but I'm sure I will. This is worldwide news. Donald Trump got arrested, y'all. Like, he got arrested. He got arraigned. He was released on what we, on the street, like a own reconnaissance kind of OR bond. They didn't make him post a bond. They didn't give him any restrictions. We're going to talk about that because that was covered in one of these articles. But bro, a former president of the United States was arrested, as he should be. Like, the charges that he's facing are serious. Real serious. Dealing with our nation's secrets, the stuff that he's accused of. Like dude got problems. And you look at his hardcore supporters. They're out there saying what they want to say. They're out there talking about Biden, and Biden took a $5 million bribe. All right, well, if he did, let's see the proof. They're gonna go get him. They're gonna go get him. Like, people are like, well, they're just doing it because it's Trump. Like, dude held office. He was president. He is a former president. So that means all the former presidents are in play. They do something illegal, they gonna get ran up on. That's what this means. That's what this means. Doesn't matter. Trump put himself in this situation. Apparently there is audio recordings out there of him saying things. Hey, he threw, man. Like, I mean, it's just no other way to look at it. Like, he threw, and it seems, and people are saying allegedly he needs a legal team. His legal team that he had are like jumping ship. They don't want to deal with it. So, bro, we're gonna have to look at this, man. So we're gonna start with this Breaking Points thing. Again, if you haven't, please like and subscribe over there. Crystal and Saga are doing some good work. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. So let's check out what they have to say about this, which is now this, what we're about to watch was yesterday. They were talking about this yesterday, and they're talking about there are Republicans out there, the hardcore, like real Republicans out there, and professionals who are looking at this case and saying what they had to say. So we'll start there, and then we'll pull up a couple articles. But bottom line, this does not look good for Donald Trump. So here we go.
With all of that being said, let's get to the reason we are actually here, which is to talk about the news. And of course, there is huge news. President Trump once again indicted. We found out that he was indicted. We covered that a little bit on Thursday, but that indictment, the details of it was unsealed on Friday. Overall, there are 31 counts of willful retention of classified national security information, 5 counts of obstruction of justice, 1 count of conspiracy to obstruct justice. He did have a co-conspirator, someone who worked as a basically like personal valet alongside of him, Walt Nauta, who was involved in some of the conspiracy and obstruction charges. Special counsel Jack Smith talked about the charges and what they entailed a little bit on Friday. Let's take a listen to that.
Today, an indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with felony violations of our national security laws, as well as participating in a conspiracy to obstruct justice. This indictment was voted by a grand jury of citizens in the Southern District of Florida, and I invite everyone to read it in full to understand the scope and the gravity of the crimes charged. The men and women of the United States intelligence community and our armed forces dedicate their lives to protecting our nation and its people. Our laws that protect national defense information are critical for the safety and security of the United States, and they must be enforced.
The details of the indictment were fairly damning.
As we watched this, you could tell like Crystal's not a fan of Donald Trump. You know what I mean? You can really see with her looks and her smiles and stuff like that, like she's not a fan. So, you know what I mean? She's all right, cool. Like, and you get a lot of that in mainstream media as well. But again, here, at least they do present the facts, whether they like it or not. And then Sager is the opposite. Like, Sager is more conservative and, he comes at it from that standpoint. So, I don't know, people going to be jumping on me, man, she's smiling, she happy. It is what it is. They're talking about the military, man. They're talking about our laws, in particular, the CIA. Those men and women put their lives on the line every day to get this information. They're doing that spy game. They're out there. They really put their lives on the line. And, like I said, I tell people all the time, like, if you ever go into CIA headquarters or wherever that building is, where they have all these black stars on the wall, those stars represent people who laid their life down for America. They can't tell you who they are. That's the only acknowledgement that they existed and they made that sacrifice, is that star on that wall. They can't tell you that John Smith or Jacqueline Jones did this for America. This was their rank and this is what they were doing. No, because they were trying to get information and, gave the ultimate sacrifice for that. So when you have a former president who is loose with this information that costs so much, we ain't talking about money, we're talking about in lives, right? Pain and suffering. This is a problem. Like, this is a problem. So that's where I sit with it. As a guy, I took my military service serious. The stuff that we was doing, I took serious. Those missions that we caught, we catch these missions in support of some of this stuff. And, we understand the importance of secrecy. So, there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, it's not that big a deal. He was president. He could declassify whatever he wanted to declassify, this and that. Well, I don't see it that way. I see it differently. We got Brother Dino Dinosaurs in the house. What's good, fam? Brother DL. Clown Trump. PA is retired Navy vet who is looking at 20 years, moved documents and lied to the DOJ. Trump didn't even get him a Miami lawyer for today. Like, Trump don't care about all that. Yeah, we'll definitely get into it. They talked about that Nava guy. His name comes up a lot. Scam Likely's in the house. What's good, fam? Sister Candace is in the building. Sister Candace, what's good? Like, this is crazy. How you doing? Shout out to you. Like, this is crazy. Again, as military folks, whether you serve directly or you are the spouses or, of those who do serve, family of those who do serve, y'all understand this. Like, this is crazy. What, this and what Trump is doing to the Republican Party, bro, it is absolutely crazy. I'm definitely going to do a downrange podcast and talk about the Trump effect on the Republican Party. Democrats seem to be, in lockstep, rank and file. They got them They got them on lock. There's no craziness coming from the Democrats right now, but there's all sorts of nonsense coming from the Republicans. The Republican Party is definitely splintered. Definitely splintered. You know, I mean, and Sister Candace, she's like, it is a sad day in American history to have a former sitting president arrested. Facts. Facts. Very, very sad. But it shows that no one's above the law. Trump put himself in this situation, whether he realizes it or not, he won't accept it, but he put himself in this situation. At the end of the day, man, he did this. He did this. I mean, so yeah, we're gonna continue watching this. They have pictures and stuff, man. We got to finish watching this clip from Breaking Points.
Not great.
And, you know, I mean, a lot of this is details that we had already received from various news media outlets, but to see it all compiled and the narrative laid out, you know, I mean, it's compelling. There were a lot of images of where the classified documents were stored, and those in and of themselves were kind of shocking. Let's go ahead and put this up on the screen. I mean, this dude had boxes stuffed like everywhere at Mar-a-Lago, including in a bathroom next to a shower, like literally right next to the commode at one point. The boxes were stacked. They were in a ballroom. They were in various storage rooms. They were being carted all around the property by his aides who, you know, did not have, of course, the proper classification, not that they should have been there in the first place. So just the imagery of it, a lot of people were reacting to. Put this next piece up on the screen. NBC News compiled, you know, what they considered to be the top 11 takeaways from the Trump classified documents indictment. First of all, important to know, these charges are in Florida. And the judge that has so far been assigned to the case is someone who has taken some is a Trump appointee, has taken some favorable decisions towards Trump. And of course, you would expect a jury in South Florida to be perhaps more favorable towards him than a jury in Washington, D.C. So that part is important to note to start with. But there's a couple of anecdotes in here, Sagar,
Yes.
about Trump. They have him on tape talking about how these documents are classified. I could have declassified them when I was president, but now I can't. And he's like waving them around to some guy who's writing a book about him.
Right.
There's another instance where he's.
I mean, and she ain't lying about that. Like, you know, there's, you know, we have an article from CNN that talks about these recordings. Like, dude, really. I mean, I can't put myself in his shoes. Like, I have no idea what he was thinking. You know, but again, in America, most Americans don't serve. Most Americans don't understand these things. You know, you look at someone like Trump. You know, it is what it is. You know, Brother Dino is saying that like he was never fit for office. I hate liars, bro. Like all the politicians in this country lie, all of them. They lie at varying degrees. They'll look you in your face and tell you exactly what you want to hear so they can get your vote, bro. And they know they have absolutely zero intentions of doing whatever it is they said they were going to do. That's the majority of them. There are a bunch of, you know, there are some politicians there that we've never heard of. Like I say all the time, if you know their name, they're bought and paid for in America. There's a ton of politicians that they do a lot of good work for people of America, people in their states, in their districts. You don't know who they are. You probably never will. They go in there, they do what they say they're going to do. But those people who are out there, you know, making all the noise, getting in front of the camera, you know, going to all the events, not voting, those people, yeah, they're gonna tell you exactly what they think you want to hear. And if you have money and you are supporting them and you're a big donor, yeah, they're gonna do exactly what you tell them to do. That's just how it works. Trump is something different. He's something different. And then, you know, people like, well, you know, what if Biden really did take that $5 million bribe? Like, I believe he did. But you got to prove it. It's not what I think. It's not even what I know. It's what I can prove. If you can prove he took it, he going to be sitting down too. He going to have to figure out something to take a deal too. That's what's going to happen. You just prove it. They lock up plenty of, you know, elected officials, be it, you know, congressmen and women, senators, right? In American history, this is the first time a president, you know what I mean? Last time a president got in this kind of trouble was Nixon. He flew off into the sunset and Ford pardoned him before anything could happen to him. But ain't no pardons coming now. Like Trump, this process is going to play out. Trump is more likely going to be found guilty looking at some sort of time. He's going to get federal time, and I believe whoever's going to be in the White House is going to pardon him. If that's Biden or whoever, I think Trump is going to get a pardon. But it is crazy. You know what I mean? Brother Dino's like, no doubt selling Iran military info to Saudi, maybe nuclear secrets. Again, all this is going to come out. Who knows what he was doing? And allegedly, there are some documents that are still missing, and they don't know where they are. Who knows? And they, again, this this video kind of delves into that too. So let's get back to the video. But this is crazy, y'all. This is absolutely insane.
Is showing some maps to someone who's involved with his PAC. Apparently, people think this was actually Kid Rock that he was showing these, again, classified maps to. So you have that. You have details here about the level of secretness of the information. And this wasn't, things that were overclassified. We're talking about some of the most sensitive information that the U.S. government has, including information, and this is the language from the indictment, regarding defense and weapons capabilities of both the U.S. and foreign countries, U.S. nuclear programs, potential vulnerabilities of the U.S. and its allies, and plans for a possible retaliation in response to a foreign attack. You've got staffers documented freaking out about having to shift the documents around. And one instance where they open up the door to one of the rooms where these boxes are being stored and they've all spilled out on the floor. You've got Trump suggesting to his lawyers that they shouldn't, quote, play ball with the grand jury subpoena, and even saying to one of them, isn't it better if there are no documents? Basically suggesting, like, let's just lie and say we don't have anything. That same lawyer, and this is Evan Corcoran, also recounted that Trump sort of suggested to him that he take the classified documents to his hotel room. And if there was anything that was really serious, he made a plucking motion, like, just pluck it out, just take it out of there. And
yeah, man. Like, again, there's people out here that don't really understand the gravity of this, right? They just don't. Brother Richard, what Trump did is wrong. Biden is way worse. You got to also look at January 6th, man. Like, Trump tried to overthrow the United States government, right? We're going to set that aside for now, right? We're going to set that aside for now. Like, that was what that was. But this is horrific. What was he doing with the document for real? What was he doing? Right? What was the plan? I mean, yeah, what Biden did was way worse. Okay, sure. I give you that. Or any other president who, I'm not going to say it was worse. I'm just saying there should be certain lines that no one crosses, right? They're accusing Biden of taking a $5 million bribe. Okay, if they can prove it, man, get him. Get him. Real talk, get him. Lock him up. If you can prove it, get him. If the FBI really does have this stuff, man, go ahead and get him. Like, real talk. But Donald Trump had these documents, right? The battle plan, our invasion plan for Iran. Donald Trump had this at his house, his crib in Mar-a-Lago, and he's just showing off the map to people, maybe Kid Rock, whoever. Bro, there's no, that is treason. That is if I did that, if you did that, if a regular American did that, they just disappear you, bro. You just be gone. Poof. What happened to that Air Force kid that had those classified documents? Has anyone seen or heard from that dude? This is how they deal with you. This is how serious it is, man. You find yourself in Gitmo somewhere sitting next to some tally dude who's over there, laying out IEDs or something. You don't, dude, this is serious. Why would he do something like that? What was the intention? I don't know. What was the intention? This is horrible, bro. Way worse. Okay. You know what I mean? If you think so, bro, fine. But at least you're acknowledging that it is wrong. Like, what Trump is doing is wrong. And that's what I'm hearing right there. He was absolutely wrong. Absolutely what he's doing. So, man, it just shows the caliber of people we have that winds up in DC. Like, it just shows you what type of people out here are in politics, man. This is why Americans have to really get into it. Like, Americans really have to pay attention to who we send to DC. It affects us in all sorts of ways. All sorts of ways. Like, how did Trump get there in the first place? People saying, I'm tired of these politicians. I want to send somebody different. Trump's entertaining. He's this, he's that. People talk about, well, he was a good businessman. Like, bro, he ran every business he had into the ground, every single one. And he's trying to run America into the ground. He's not even in office anymore. And he's trying to get the job back. And there are people out there backing him. I think it's crazy. Last good man in Jersey. What's good, fam? How you feeling? Tuning in for the road. Yeah, man. Be careful, man. Don't be watching. Just be listening. You know what I mean? D-Mac. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, bro. Like this is crazy. And Brother Richard, I'm saying he had the documents too, and Pence. If get one, get all. Facts. And they talk about that. True. 100%. I got you, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you. Even Barack Obama had documents, but when they went and ran, they ran the numbers on Barack. He's like, he had everything done. Everything was done. He was supposed to have them. They were secured the way it was supposed to be secured and all that. Right. It happens. People get that. But when they went to see Pence, when they went to see Biden, they were like, oh, our bad. Hey, here they go. Here go all the information right here. Come get it. Trump did something different. He did something different. And I'm not going to lie to you. Right up until now, I just thought that dude has a couple documents. He just kept them, whatever. I didn't know it was boxes and boxes. Like, I'm looking at these pictures from the indictment like, yo, what is he doing with all that? I had no idea it was that intense. Like, bro, what is he doing? They had to come get the documents. He refused to give them up, bro. They had to go enter his home. They had to go get legal documentation, judges, right, grand jury. They had to get all this stuff, get warrants, and search his house. And then they found just about everything they was looking for. And everything was right where they said it would be. That's a problem, bro. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And Brother Richard saying, I was in Iraq when that Fox News guy started to draw a map in the sand. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I remember that. Like, I'm Desert Storm. I remember that dude sitting there. I got a briefing, and here's the battle plan. And he was doing, they had to cut the feed. Like, what are you doing, bro? And again, why did the military let him in there? Orders. Somebody at the top side decided to be a good idea to give this reporter a brief. Give him the brief after the fact, bro. I remember that. It's like, I remember that. Stupid people, bro. Yes, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Like I said, just all I ask for people, and I don't care. Like, if you're a Trump supporter, you're not a Trump supporter, whatever. All I ask you to do, just look at this stuff. Look at this stuff, man. Believe me, these people don't want to be doing what they're doing. This makes America look horrible. There was documentation in there that showed who was with us, who wasn't with us, who we looking at. We had information on our allies. That's how the spy world works, bro. Everybody looking at everybody else. Yeah, we all cool, but we got a plan to take you out if we have to. Trump got these documents. What is he doing with these documents? Who else is he letting see? I'm a big pack, hey, man, you pay a lot of money to my pack or whatever. Hey, let me show you these maps. Huh? Nah, bro, I don't want to see that. Like, man, keep that over there. I don't want to see that. Nope. Stop talking. La 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 la. That's what you got to do and run out the room. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, Rich, I feel you, bro. Like, yeah, man. People do that, bro. Reporters trying to get the scoop. I remember when the SEAL team landed in Somalia, right? When we first went into Somalia, right? Well, before the Black Hawk Down thing, but when the first team we went in there was a SEAL team, somehow the news media knew when they were landing. The SEALs came out of the ocean, and there was a news team, cameras and everything. They turned on their lights. Bro, I'm like, you lucky the SEALs didn't, tighten you up. We got live footage of the SEALs landing in Somalia. Like, bro, that was dumb. Like, who gave the media that information? That was dumb. Dumb. And then the media goes there. It was just dumb. Don't think for a second the SEALs didn't see them on the beach before they landed. Like, man, there they are. What we gonna do? What we gonna do, Skipper? Like, I guess we're just gonna go. Crazy, Sister Candace. No one is above the law. With that being said, do you really believe Trump will serve jail time, or will he be pardoned? Would this be for not if a get out of jail free card is on the table? I honestly believe he's going to have to sit down. I believe he's going to get jail time. Now, I also believe he's going to get pardoned, but I think he's going to get, he's going to sit down for a little bit, maybe a couple months or whatever. I don't even know how that's going to work. Like, how do you lock up a president? What type of facility do you put him in? He still needs to be protected, right? Yeah, I think he's going to get locked up though, sis. I really do. I don't see any way out of this. I don't even know what kind of deal could be made or what kind of deal could be had. I'm not even sure he's going to go in there with not competent, but he's not going to go in there with the best legal team because they don't want to deal with him. I was just talking to my people about that. Like, man, you think Trump gonna get this legal team? Like, he's gonna have to pay for it up front. He's gonna have to pay some M's up front. Like, the best attorneys in the game gonna be like, you want us to do this? We're gonna need 20 million, 50 million up front in full right now, all that money. We'll refund you if we have money left over at the end of this case. But we're gonna need all that money up front because they know Trump doesn't pay. So he hasn't even got I don't think he has a legal team for this yet, which he's gonna have to put together. But yeah, I think he's gonna get convicted. I think he's gonna have to sit down. And I think he'll get pardoned. But I mean, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. And a lot of that is gonna be how the political winds are shifting, right? So I think he's gonna get pardoned. Will Biden do it? I don't know if he's the Democrat who, if he wins another term, will it be Biden? If he, of course, if Biden wins another term, there's no way he's going to make it 4 years. He's just too old. So will Kamala Harris do it? Let's say that, okay, after those 4 years, let's say the Republicans managed to get a candidate in the White House. Will they do it? How much time would he be looking at? I mean, I got a whole bunch of questions, bro, but like, he done really put himself in it, right? Yeah, I think he's going to get convicted. It's going to be hard to get out of this. And I think he's going to have to sit down. Now, how much time is he going to get? That's one thing. And how much of that time is he actually going to serve? That's something else. Like you said, with the pardon, right? It's definitely on the table. Brother Dino's like 2019, the Chinese national has been sentenced to 8 months in prison for trespassing at the U.S. President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. Yeah, that was a spy. There are tons of spies in there, not just Chinese spies, not just enemy spies from like North Korea, from Iran, from China, you know what I mean? But there are also spies from the UK. There's spies from France. There's spies from Australia. Spies are spies, bro. Spies' job is to get information. And they know that Donald Trump has this information just floating around in his Mar-a-Lago estate. They're going to try to get in there and get it. You know what I mean? Sister Candace is like, I just think this is our political theory. It definitely is. But yeah, I mean, it's just, again, at the federal level, there's always the pardon you can get from the president. But he's still dealing with a state case in New York, which looks like nothing now compared to all this other stuff. It's kind of crazy. And then, Sister Candace saying Biden would absolutely pardon Trump. He absolutely would. You know what I mean? Why would Biden pardon Trump? Because they all part of the same game, man. They all in the same boys club. He's absolutely going to do it. He's absolutely going to do it because they all know it's just a matter of time before another president gets knocked doing something illegal. It's just a matter of time before another president gets caught. And they all got to pardon each other. They got to look out for each other, bro. The 1% of the 1%, bro. You talking about the very tippy top. Like, they gonna do that. Biden's definitely going to do it. And I think he'll do it before he steps down. Even if let's say he got ill or something, he knew he was not feeling well. I think he would write that pardon out and have it set to the side. Like, if something happens to me, that's going to be my last order. And boom, like, I don't know, something happens to him, he becomes incapacitated, they'll go ahead and pardon, execute the pardon. That's what I think. I mean, what do I know? You know what I mean? But this is crazy. Let's get back to the video.
The most, remarkable, just incredible Trumpian moment contained in this indictment is, of course, during his first campaign, he was all over Hillary Clinton, lock her up over her own mishandling of classified information. But apparently multiple times to his lawyers, he was talking about what a great job her lawyer did. Why? Because that lawyer took the blame and claimed that he was the one who deleted the 30,000 emails. Again, basically suggesting to his own lawyers, like, why don't y'all lie on my behalf and take the heat for me?
That's part of the issue. Two of his lawyers have already left his legal team almost immediately after the indictment. That particular quote you're alluding to is amazing. Quote, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but it's still a secret. Yeah, the staffer responded. Now we have a problem. Literally direct. Now we have a problem. I also love, with that map, he just said, I shouldn't even be showing this to you, and you don't get too close to the map. I'm still personally bound by an off-the-record agreement, but let me just say this. Almost anybody who's stepped into the Oval Office, including other reporters, see, I can report on what other reporters have told me on background, and let us say pretty much everybody who was inside the Oval Office whenever they were covering President Trump got to read some secret letters from Kim Jong-un and got to hear a very long long diatribe about how secret they were, how the South Koreans hadn't even read them, and how in many cases had top secret literal stamps on the top of said documents.
Yeah.
It's not the only top secret thing that most people who got to step into the Oval Office at that time, who were members of the media, got to see. Just to give a little bit of a preview, former White House correspondent who also interacted with Trump at that time.
And what he's talking about, man, I can see that happen. There are people who are close to elected officials, like senators, presidents, or whatever, that get their eyes on documents that they shouldn't have their eyes on. I believe that that's the case. I wish it weren't true. If I were president, would I let Jay Swans look at some classified stuff? Nah, not if he wasn't cleared, and he wouldn't ask to see it if he wasn't cleared. So, like, if I have people in my circle like that, they're going to be cleared. As simple as that. I mean, you just have to respect that. But, you know, people don't. You know what I mean? Brother Dino's like, why would Biden pardon? Of course he pardoned, man. He's like, no way. No, he would absolutely pardon, man. You need to understand they look out for one another, bro. They look out for one another. They know what they're doing. Even there's probably not an American in this country that believes that politicians aren't on the take. You know, if you told me Barack Obama took a bribe, I'd probably be like, yeah, probably. You know what I mean? It wouldn't like, no, never him. Nah, probably. It's just too much money involved. Right. And this thing with Biden, like $5 million. That's all. I mean, when I heard, I'm thinking like, that's all. You know, when you look at these pardons, when presidents leave the office, they do these pardons on their way out. You tell me they're just doing that the goodness of their heart, or is there some money changing hands? I won't be surprised if people like, yeah, man, you know, dude about to, you know, be about to get out of office. So, you know, I mean, you need to go ahead and get him like 1.5 million. He get you this pardon. I wouldn't be surprised. I won't be surprised at all. Is it right? Nah, it's absolutely wrong. It's terrible. But like I'm a realist. You know what I mean? So for Biden, like, oh, as vice president, he's vice president with a $5 million bribe. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes sense. So if they got the information, if they have the evidence, step forward and get him. Simple as that. You want to play the game? Fine, play the game. But if you get caught, you're gonna have to get caught. Like I say, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Sister Candace, like the investigations will never stop on anybody, Biden, his son, Hillary, etc. The U.S. and our state and our Senate have more important issues to address on behalf of the American people. Facts, right? The U.S. Congress and, you know, like, which includes the House and the Senate, they need to be taking care of American business, but they're not. They're too busy taking care of themselves, bro. That's my thing. There are politicians trying to do what's right for the American people, but then there are politicians who are just trying to fatten their pockets. And if they can help the American people in the process, fine. You know what I mean? I always point to DeSantis. Look at what DeSantis is doing right now. He wants to get into the White House. That's it. He wants to do everything he can to kind of hold on to his seat for as long as he can here as the governor of Florida. But he doesn't seem to care about what's going on with Florida, or what's going on with Floridians. He doesn't seem to care. Right. So, I mean, that right there should let you know, like, bro, that's it. That's what it is. He doesn't seem to care. Hey, man, it is what it is. I ain't mad. You know what I mean? Sister Candace was saying their brother Dinosaur, like, Biden is the head of a spineless, rotten fish. Facts. The Democratic Party has been getting dog walk for years from the SC and federal judge appointees. Yeah, Supreme Court and federal judge appointees down to Joe Mnuchin deciding every vote. I can't get mad at you. Brother Dino, like, DL, a paid informant states Biden took $5 million, need to see evidence. Hunter's laptop is like 7 years of nothing. That's why I said, if someone has proof, if someone commits a crime and there is proof, there will be an investigation. This Trump indictment proves that. This is it. This changes the game. And I'm with you on that. Yes, I understand the stuff behind it, but I just keep throwing it out there because that's what, you know, all these people are saying. Well, what about Biden? What about, well, okay, cool. Come forward with the proof. If you got proof, right? You got Biden on tape saying, I'm gonna take this $5 million in exchange for just that and the third. Bring that tape. Bring that tape. Send that tape into the media. Just send that tape into the media, and they'll take care of the rest. You know what I mean? Just like it's like the tape that Trump has. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's him. That's dude. But I mean, I'm with you, bro. Like, it's just, But at the same time, man, our politicians in this country, I'm telling you, go to DC, chances are you're going to get bought, bro. It's just the bottom line. You go to DC broke, you come out of there a multimillionaire. That's just how the game is played in America. My thing is, fine, I understand that. At least do some good things for the people who sent you there. That's all I ask. I understand you're going to get this money. I understand you're going to come back wealthy, but at least help the people from your state, right? From your district. Yeah, help the American people. At least do that. You know, that's all I ask. Okay, you're going to get the bread. I ain't mad at you, but at least help. Don't do this kind of stuff like what Trump did. This is ridiculous, man. What he did with these documents makes no sense at all. No sense. I'm still floored by it. I don't. Wow. It's just historic. They had to do this to this guy. They had to. He just went too far. They had to. They didn't want to. They don't want to be dealing with this. They had to. Sister Candace, when you go looking for dirt, you'll always find it. My point is we have to stop flinging mud and actually do what is in the best interest of the people. Agreed. If you spending all your time and resources looking for dirt, yeah, you're gonna find it. But can you those resources and that time would be better spent doing what's best for Americans, like figuring out this insurance crisis that's hit California, that's hit Texas, Colorado, Florida. Right? Let's figure out healthcare. Let's figure that out. Let's figure out why crazy people are getting weapons and going out deleting folks. Let's figure that out. Like, let's get more money for mental health issues. We know, for you to go get yourself a weapon and go delete babies, something ain't right with you. You crazy. Let's figure that out. Right? Let's figure out our debt issues. Right? Let's figure that out. Our national debt is crazy. Let's figure that out. Right? Like, I mean, there's tons of things. What do we really want to do over here with Ukraine? Let's figure that out. Let's figure out our education. And I'm 100% with you, sis. This is what we need to be working on, not who's dirty, who's doing drugs, who's taking bribes, who's whatever. That's going to surface up. When it surfaces up, let law enforcement deal with it. But in the meantime, let's do right by the American people. I'm sick and tired of seeing homeless vets. Yeah, people with combat time homeless. Sick of seeing that. That should never be a thing in America ever. Like, let's fix that. You know what I mean? Let's take care of the people who took care of us. I mean, this is the stuff that I'm talking about, and I'm with you, sis. I'm with you, man. So let's get back to the video.
Overall, I went ahead and I read the documents. So
Yeah.
the most important thing to me was the level of detail that they went into which the government went out of its way to go ahead and give him the opportunity to give them back. So you had 11 months, multiple opportunities, the subpoena to provide the documents back, the giving it back, voluntarily making sure that you didn't, or voluntarily then taking steps to go around said voluntary disclosure to then get to the point where they have the tapes, the investigation, the raid, and then even an open question as to today as to whether said documents are even still not yet all in the possession of the government. And look, I mean, we're going to talk today about Biden, about the charges against him, about selective prosecution. I think in some cases, a lot of that is fair. But look, the charge has now been brought. So at this point, it's a political case. I think that's probably the best case against said indictment. But on the merits itself, it's a huge problem for Trump. There's just no getting around it. And most people, even who are supporters of him, who are anti-Russiagate, they agree with that. Like, look, the only real attack against this is the same one Hillary did. Is like, you can't prosecute me. I'm above the law. I'm the candidate, and all of that, which rightfully at the time, we all said, no, you're not above the law. Right. Everyone is a private citizen.
That's right. I don't even know what defense they'll be able to muster in terms of.
Real Bravado Network was good. Thank you for the super sticker, the $20 super sticker. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I truly appreciate that, man. Don DeMarco, for you, and here's the thing: I'm not happy. You know what I mean? I'm not happy about this. I'm not. I'm pleased that no one's above the law, but I'm. It sickens me that we're talking about a former president of the United States. That's what we're talking about here. This doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, what are we doing? And there are a ton of people. There's still people out here backing dude. The number is getting smaller, though, as the information comes out. But and again, instead of focusing on how to make America better and how to help Americans, everyone's focus is going to be on this. Everyone's focus is going to be on this. Meanwhile, Americans going to continue to suffer. All this going into a recession, right? We're looking at what's going on with commercial real estate, and that's, I mean, it's going to devastate America, and it's going to seep into the residential real estate market, and it's going to affect all sectors. It's going to affect brick and mortar. You know, businesses are going to go under. People aren't going to be able to get loans because banks are still suffering out here. These regional banks, the smaller banks, the regional banks are still suffering, y'all. Like, you watch, you know, more banks are going to go over, and who's going to gobble them up? The too big to fail banks are going to gobble them up. And who does that hurt? That hurts the average everyday American. That hurts the person who saved up their money so they can start a business, and now their business goes under, not because of something they did, right? But they still got to pay. And then when it goes bad, what happens? Everyone at the top gets the bailout, and everybody at the bottom just has to, you know what I mean, deal with it. And everybody's still going to be talking about Trump. Man, it's crazy, but appreciate the $20 super sticker, brother. I truly, truly appreciate it. One more Don DeMarco for you.
Don DeMarco.
But yeah, let's continue with the video though, y'all, because this is crazy.
The court of law, because the details here are so damning about the number of documents, the level of the documents, the, you know, willful retention of the documents. So this wasn't like, you know, part of the justification for not prosecuting Hillary, which, you know, I think I disagree with, but part of the justification was they couldn't prove that she willfully retained the documents. It's quite clear Trump knows he has them, knows he shouldn't have them, and he's trying to cover it up. Then one of the defenses that they had floated to the media was, oh, well, he declassified all this stuff when he was president, so no problem.
Right.
First of all, the statute doesn't technically say that the documents have to be classified, but even putting that aside, you literally have him on tape saying, as president, I could have declassified it, now I can't. This is still a secret. Yeah, now we have a problem, the staffer responds laughing as you quote it. Like, he's on tape admitting to the crime and undercutting the only defense that I ever heard them really muster for the details of this case. So if you take who this person is, the fact that it's Donald Trump out of it, like, if anyone should be prosecuted for willful retention of classified documents and obstruction in, you know, in attempts to retrieve those classified documents, it would be this man. Yeah. Judging by the number, the level of classification, the clear attempts at its obstruction, the open admission that what he was doing was wrong, knowledge that what he was doing was wrong. So this is all a major problem for him. And one thing people are pointing to this morning as well is, you know, part of how they got him so dead to rights was his own lawyer took a lot of contemporaneous notes, including like voice memos on his phone and writing down notes about after every meeting with Trump, what was said and what he said in response. And the Justice Department successfully was able to overcome attorney-client privilege in order to obtain those memos and obtain those contemporaneous notes. And that clearly.
And she ain't lying about that. And it wasn't just her attorney, which is crazy. Not her attorney, but Trump's attorney knew immediately, like, oh man, this dude's breaking all kind of laws. Now I'm gonna have to take steps to protect myself. Right. I'm gonna have to take steps. So this dude is writing notes, making recordings, you know, immediately he saw this coming. But it wasn't just the attorney. Allegedly, there were Secret Service agents who had to step forth and give testimony. Secret Service agents. I can't think of a time when that's ever been allowed. Think about that. And then people are like, well, they're just picking on Trump. It's a hit piece. It's a witch hunt. No. Like she said, remove the name from you have an individual doing these things and look at what they're doing. Yo, you know what I mean? You got to handle this. It just happens to be Donald Trump who did it. Right? It's bottom line. That's it. Man, I really don't know what dude is thinking. He's going to have a hard time getting an attorney. He's going to need a team of attorneys for this. So and when they do show up, if he does get some attorneys, they're talking, man, we need a deal, bro. We're not going to court. Feds don't mess around, period. And this is what Donald Trump is learning right now. Right? For anybody who's never dealt with the federal government when talking about law enforcement, and I say this, I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. When the feds knock on your door and they come to you with a case, you take whatever they offer you. Like, all right, this is what we're gonna, when that prosecutor walks in the room, this is what we're gonna offer you. You take it. You take the first deal they offer. Because they dude, they got you. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 98% conviction rate, bro. They don't play. They don't take cases they can't win. And you talking about going after the president of the United States, man, they checked everything 10 times before they move forward once. And check that again. Check that again. I need something better. Give me this, give me that. They coming in like, we got the lawyer, right? We got the Secret Service. Hey, we got a tape with Trump saying it. We got the people he showed the maps to. Give me some more. They're doing. That's the one entity, man, don't ever play with. Now, every gangster I know done told me that, man. When the feds come, man, bro, you got a problem. Is anybody else, you get, there's room to wiggle around. If it's the state, if it's the county, if it's the city, if whatever, you got room to wiggle. But when it's the feds show up, nah, bro, we got a problem, man. They a python with theirs, man. They gonna sit there, they gonna get around you, and they gonna continue to squeeze. That's it. They don't care how long it takes. When they got you, they got you. If they don't take the case if they ain't got you. So he has a problem. You know what I mean? He has a problem. Brother Dino was like, Trump was flushing documents down the White House toilets, never fit for office. Now, he wasn't flushing them. He was trying to burn them. That's what he was trying to do, probably setting off sprinklers inside the White House. You know what I mean? You know, you flush the powder, you burn papers. You know, that's what you flush the powder. You flush the product, you burn the papers. That's what he was doing. You know what I mean? Sister Candace, elections have consequences. Yes, they do. And Americans don't realize that. I think, you know, Americans, I would love for Americans to wake up and see how important their vote is and take it seriously and actually participate at the end of all this. That's what I would like to see. Americans actually wake up and just start sending people to Washington, or sending, you know, electing folks and sending them to, you know, their state capitals and sending them to DC to actually do work for America and do work for Americans. I would love to see that. I don't know if that's going to happen, but with YouTube, it might. You know what I mean? People are watching YouTube. There's going to be a ton of shorts. It's going to make people think. Maybe we can get more Americans to get out and vote. Brother Dino DL, when Trump's what was that? Is that his PA, his private assistant? The Navy vet goes to prison and Trump doesn't. What you going to say? I'm like, that's on dude. That's dude's fault. You know what I mean? And he Navy. There's no way you can bring me into a situation like that and have me move documents that I know are above secret, like the highest, the most secretive documents we have as a military guy. There's no way in hell I'm gonna do that. There's no way. No way. If I'm doing that, I'm doing it. I'm working with the government. I'm going straight to them. Like, yo, you dude got these documents. Y'all know he got these documents? Right? He's got me moving around. I'm working with them because I'm committed to the Constitution, not to a dude. I'm committed to America, not to some guy. So now, if you come to me with that, I'm working with them boys. I'm the police. So the fact that he didn't understand that, man, that's on him. He gonna have to sit down and do his time. Period. That's what he decided to do. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And he's in the Navy, so he knows how serious this is. I don't care. That's it. I don't care about dude, right? Dude ain't gonna get no pardon. He gonna sit down for the whole. If it's 20 years, he gonna do the whole 20. Fair time. And Trump ain't gonna send him a dime for his books. That's what he get. You got to choose properly. You know, listen. You know, we talk about that stuff all the time. You need to pick wisely who you decide to kick it with, who you call your people, who you gonna do stuff for. I don't feel bad for dude at all. If dude catches all that time, man, that's on him. That's what he gets. I don't feel bad for dude at not even a little bit, bro. That's what he get. Mind you, he the only one. Think about that for a moment. All the people that are around this former president, all of the different aides and everybody he has, there's only one guy that's standing up with him being indicted today. One dude. Think about that. How come everybody else then just the one guy dumb enough to break the law? I don't feel bad for dude at all, not even a little bit. Sister Candace, we have to have standards for our elected officials, Brother DL. There are no standards / benchmarks of meaning to run for POTUS. Facts. And maybe that's part of, is that a reason why America is great? I mean, it just shows that any old body can win. If you got enough money behind you, if you're popular enough, being president of the United States shouldn't be a popularity contest. It really shouldn't, but that's what it is right now. Yes, sis, I don't know. We're not teaching kids to think anymore. Like, we don't value education or wisdom in this country for the most part. I don't know. It's just a matter of time before some TikToker becomes president of the United States. Wouldn't that be something? It'd be crazy. Trump versus Biden 2024 would be another easy win. Yeah, I'm not even crazy about Biden. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still not crazy about Biden, but we don't have any other choice. You know what I mean? The Democrats are just there in lockstep, man. Biden's too old, bro. Biden is too old. But hey, man, here's what it is. Let's get back to the video.
Informs a lot of this and a lot of the details that are at play here. But on the merits of it, the fact that his own allies, the best they can muster in defense of him is the like, what about Hillary? What about Biden? That's like the best they can make for him. I haven't really heard anyone try to defend him. It's frankly, I just don't that you can. I'll wait and hear what their side of the story is. But given the facts that are at play here, again, much of which has been reported, but to see it all laid out is pretty stunning. It's a pretty damning case.
Yeah, and so to give everybody an update, Tuesday is when he will actually be present in court in Miami. And at 15 p.m., the president will be giving a press conference. We're going to give people some coverage after said press conference in order to break some of that down for you. So you can go ahead and await that eagerly, but that's basically all we have.
Hey, guys.
And there it is, man. That is something. That is something. And they're talking about today, Sister Candace, you wrong. Has he fallen yet this week talking about the president? Not yet. I don't think so. You know what I mean? They're going to have to get him a bubble. He's going to have to walk around in a big bubble wherever he go, just be bouncing along and people there to stop him. Like, whoa, he's too old. People like, you shouldn't be laughing at him. Yes, I should. He's too old. I haven't talked about it on stage yet, but I will. I certainly will. Boy, oh boy. So yeah. So there's the so they were talking about all that stuff, man. We kind of made it through there. Sorry, I was kept stopping. But I wanted to read, there's an update on what happened out of Miami, and they were talking about exactly how they did it. Trying to find it. They were talking about the indictment, the arraignment. If I can find that. I'm scrolling now looking at this is CNN Politics. And I'm trying to find it. Okay, because I had the thing pulled up, but it updates on its own. It's just self-update. So I had a quick little thing here where it was talking about everything you went to. And up here it is. I found it. So, and this was like 3 hours ago. Judge says Trump must not communicate with co-defendant about the case. So let me pull this up. It's just, it's just a CNN. It's just, just talking about this particular case and what's happened so far. So yeah, here we go. So the judge told Trump he can't communicate with his co-defendant. His co-defendant is, I guess, the former Navy guy. Like, I don't know anything about this dude other than what Brother Dino was saying. The magistrate judge, Jonathan Goodman, said former President Donald Trump must not communicate with his co-defendant, Walt Nauta, about the case. The judge also told prosecutors to make a list of potential witnesses that Trump can't communicate with about the case, except through counsel. The government did not ask for these conditions. The judge used his discretion. So, all right. So this is the judge kind of looking at this. The government was, the prosecutors was like, whatever. They brought him in, they arraigned him, they arrested him. They tell you you're under arrest. And they, this is where you normally go through the process of getting fingerprinted and, they take your picture and all that, get the mug shot done. Goodman said he recognized it would be impossible for Trump and Nauta to end all communication because of their close working relationship. Trump attorney told Todd Blanche raised an issue with condition barring contact with witness because some are members of Trump's security. Then why not remove those people? I don't. That's the part I don't understand. Trump sat back with his arms crossed during the hearing, which is ongoing. Some background: Nato, who works as an aide to Trump, faced 6 counts, including several obstruction and concealment related charges. So why would they let these two? Like, if I get arraigned on a charge and I got my co-defendant right next to me, right? If I get arraigned on a charge, my co-defendant, they're gonna tell me to stay away from him. We can't keep working together. They're gonna separate us. Why aren't they separating these guys? Especially when this guy is facing charges for helping you commit your crimes. That part I don't understand. So Trump's aide faces 6 counts and including several obstruction and concealment charges. Right. So all right. Prosecution alleged that Nauta lied to investigators when he was interviewed by the FBI in May 2022. That's a crime. According to the indictment, he allegedly falsely said he was not aware of boxes being brought to Trump's residence for his review before Trump provided 15 boxes to the National Archives in 2022. All right. So lying to investigators, bro, lying to the FBI, that's a felony. But Nana himself was had helped move the boxes from the storage room to Trump's residence, according to the indictment. So look how much information that they have. I mean, not only do they know who's involved, we know you moved the boxes. We know you lied to us about moving the boxes. We know you had knowledge. That means everybody else is talking. Right? Everybody else is talking. If I'm dude, I don't even want to be next to Trump. Like, bro, let me go home and sit down for a while. But they're gonna let him stay with him. That's crazy. The Justice Department says Trump is not a flight risk. Oh, really? I know it'd be hard. It'd be hard for him to get away, but it could be done. The Justice Department recommended that former President Donald Trump and his co-defendant be released with no financial or special conditions. Like, and they're talking about normally you're going to get hit with some sort of thing. I'm like, okay, they'll have you surrender your passports and stuff like that. They'll, give you instructions on what to do. And normally to give you a bond, they'll say, well, we're going to release you on bond of, I don't know, $100,000 at 10%. They'll do that. You know what I mean? And then you just pay that 10% is the bond. And you kind of pay that. So they didn't do that. I guess, and when they let you go, that's like your own recognizance. They just let you go. Like, we're going to give you an OR bond. And that's what they did with Trump. Trump is known everywhere on the planet. People saying, well, where can he go? Bro, you can plan out anything and get anywhere. But he has a Secret Service detail, which are probably his jailers right now. So they got to keep their eyes on him. But it's not easy, but it's possible to give them a slip. Right. And think about it. Like, how hard would it be for Trump to give his detail the slip, get to an airport, jump on a private jet, and then boom, he's in Cuba. Right. And then from Cuba, get on another jet, then boom, he's in Russia, or he's in Venezuela, or he's in, you name the country. There's only so many places he could go. But if he were to do that, they would freeze his accounts and all that. But I'm just saying, it doesn't take a whole lot of, brain power to figure out a way to get away. You know what I mean? You don't have to be all that creative to figure it out. But they recommended that they don't have any financial or special conditions. So they didn't want a bond. They didn't restrict them to a state. They could have restricted them. They could have told Trump, like, you can't leave Miami, or you can't leave Florida, or you can't leave this or that. Like, you got to pick a spot. All right, you want to go to Mar-a-Lago? Okay, you got to stay there. They could have done that. But they didn't. The governor does not view either defendant as a flight risk. Prosecutor David Harbaugh told the judge in Miami on Tuesday. Magistrate Judge Jonathan Goodman began the hearing by thanking the entire law enforcement community for their work. So And then, you know, Trump pled not guilty to all 37 charges. Like, man, it's 37 charges he's facing, bro. This is real stuff, y'all. Like, this is real stuff. You know what I mean? Brother Dino, like, would you take a bullet for the guy? I mean, if I'm Secret Service and that's my job, yeah. Remember, it's not the guy, it's the office. When he held the office, and then, you know, even now he's like, you know, a former president. So yeah, you have to. That's the job. If you don't want to, if you can't pick and choose, so you're gonna take a bullet for it, bro. If you Secret Service, what I do it as a private citizen, hell nah, bro. I ain't taking a bullet for Trump. You know what I mean? Especially probably because, you know, he probably did something to make them people want to shoot at him in the first place. So no, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? So and there was something here that I read that they didn't take Trump's picture and fingerprints. They took it for his co-defendant. They did that for him. But with Trump, they just took the information. I think the Secret Service pictures and fingerprints, and they just accepted that. And I was trying to find that, and I can't. So yeah, I think it's back at the top. Maybe it's towards the top, but I did remember reading that because I was talking to some of my people and they're like, man, are they gonna take his picture? Did he get a mug shot? And it said that they took electronic information that had his picture and his mug shot. I can't find it, but I did read that, guys. I'm not lying to you. I did read it. So that's that. And then there was the issue with the recordings. Donald Trump admits on tape he didn't declassify secret information. That was CNN June 9th. So let's pull that up real quick and then I'll end the stream. But you know, like I said, man, it just doesn't look good for dude at all, bro. At all, not even a little bit. Right. And I'm gonna put all these in the description. I'm gonna put them all in there so you guys can in team replay. Y'all can watch this. But yeah, Donald Trump admits on tape he didn't declassify secret information. So this is CNN. Former President Donald Trump acknowledged on tape in a 2021 meeting that he had retained secret military information that he had not declassified, according to a transcript of an audio recording obtained by CNN. Who made the audio recording and how did CNN get it? And CNN, you know what I mean? And well, before CNN got it, who made this recording and how did the feds get it? You see what I'm saying? Everyone around him is working with the authorities. Everyone around Trump, they working with them boys. So, and Trump just sitting back like, how did they get that? Well, wonder, like, I guess they must be using satellites. Like, nah, bro, these people telling on you. Everybody telling on you except for the dummy standing next to you at the arraignment. That's how it works. As president, I could have declassified, but now I can't, Trump says, according to the transcript. CNN obtained a transcript as a portion of the meeting where Trump is discussing a classified Pentagon document about attacking Iran. In the audio recording, which CNN previously reported was obtained by prosecutors, Trump says he did not declassify the documents he's referencing, according to the transcripts. This right here, when you talk about open and shut case, bro, this is what you're looking at, man. It's hard to get away from this. It's really hard to get away from this. Like if I'm selling product to somebody and they're like, not only do they got me, they got the product I sold with my fingerprints on it. They got the person working with them I sold it to, and that person recorded the transaction. So they got me actually giving them the product and taking money for it. And I got the money in an account, right? They tracked the money. You ain't getting out of that. You know what I mean? That's how damning this is. Trump was indicted Thursday on 7 counts in Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation into the mishandling of classified documents. Details from the indictment have not been made public, so it's unknown whether any of the 7 counts refer to the recorded 2021 meeting. Still, the tape is significant because it shows that Trump had an understanding the records he had with him at Mar-a-Lago after he left the White House remained classified. Yes, exactly. And of course, you know, the indictment's been open and everyone's been able to read, you know, this was back before everything became public. But that's the biggest part. He knew what he was doing was illegal. That's the only way to look at it. And the only defense would have been, I thought I could do it. I didn't know, I thought I had the ability to do this. Sorry, I didn't understand. That was the only real defense. And that's what Crystal was talking about. The only real defense would have been that. But we got you on tape saying, I know this is classified and I did not classify this when I was president. I would, I should have, but I didn't. So, what I mean? It's a wrap. So what you're doing is wrong. Publicly, Trump has claimed that all the documents he brought with him to his Florida residence are declassified while he's railed against the special counsel's investigation as the political witch hunt attempting to interfere with his 2024 political campaign. That's not going to wash. That's not going to wash. And there's a lot of people, there are a lot of people out there who are holding on to that, but that's it is what it is. Those are the people. It doesn't matter what this guy does. They don't care. It is what it is. But yeah, that right there is a problem, man. That's a huge problem. I don't even have to read the rest of it, but I will pin it in the description so y'all can read it, team replay or whatever. But it is what it is, man. It's crazy. Brother Dino, that happened in New York already. No fingerprints and mugshot. I wasn't sure. I mean, every they do it different. And in New York, that was a state thing. So I don't know if there were different protocols for a state level versus federal level. They accepted what was sent to them, and it probably came from the FBI or it came from Secret Service. So why wouldn't they accept it? So I'm with you on that. And again, we're talking about the mugshot and the fingerprints. Again, Trump's son-in-law and daughter got $2 billion from the Saudis. Hey man, again, that's the game. I don't care. I ain't mad at them. That's the game. That's the game, bro. Real talk. That's the game. If Barack Obama was my uncle, and I had people coming at me with millions or billions of dollars trying to get to Barack's ear, yeah, man, I'm taking the money. I'm taking the money. Am I saying that they're angels and this and that? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that. But I understand the game, bro. And it's like what Sister Candy says, we could spend all of our time looking for dirt, or we could spend our time and help Americans, help Americans, and help America. And we're choosing to look for dirt and here in America, bro. It's crazy. Sister Candace, with all the money spent on these investigations and aid to Ukraine, we could have got that $10,000 for the student loans. LOL. Right. Right. Or, I mean, you look at the money spent in Ukraine and all the money spent on these investigations and that, you're absolutely right. That's money could have been well spent or wasted on Americans. If you're going to waste this money, man, just give everybody a $10,000 check. Send out some more STEMI money. That's what you're going to do, Brother Richard. Between you and the stuff I have been just looking at, y'all have changed my mind. Hey, bro, I just want people to think about stuff, brother. Like, I ain't going to lie to you, man. Just look at what's going on out there. Think about it. We're military, bro. We're military. You know what I mean? This is if it were up to me, everybody at the age of 18 would have to join the United States military. Lottie-dottie, every damn body. Everybody. So everyone will understand certain things. Like that military perspective is something Trump will never understand. But had he served, instead of having bone spurs or whatever the hell, had he served, he would understand. Point blank. That's my thing on it. Even, it'd be very few exceptions to who would get to serve. And I mean, like, even if you're in a wheelchair, like if you lost use of your legs, you could still have you in the military serving, putting on your uniform. We can modify your PT test. You could do pull-ups or whatever, still qualify with your pistol. There's still things you could do. I mean, that's how I look at it, bro. Everyone should have to serve. And, would that eliminate all this? No, Nixon served. You know what I mean? Nixon was in the Pacific. Nixon was under fire. It wouldn't change everything, but at least they were understand like, yeah, they got me kind of thing. But yeah, bro. And again, I'm not trying to change minds. I just want to encourage people to just think about it, man. Just look at what's going on, have a look at it, put it through the old think tank. That's what I want to encourage people to do. Just get out there and think about it. And then, if you still want to back whoever you want to back or however you feel about it, man, that's cool. At least you took time to look at it. We're not screaming back and forth. I'm like, hey, man, this is just how I see it, and then we can, that's how I used to be, bro. So yeah, man, I'm just glad you're looking at it, man. And it's just just be careful around what bubbles you're in. And like I said earlier on one of the shows, I'm like, man, don't allow yourself to be trapped in some echo chamber somewhere. Just think the stuff through. And if you're cool with it, you're cool with it. And if you're not, you're not. But at least you thought it through. And thanks for coming through, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you having me on here, man. For sure, for sure. That's it. Let's give you a hand for coming through, bro. And brother Dino, the GOP stopped the student loan help. It's in the courts right now. I don't think those people should get money. You took the loans, you took the money, you got your degree, pay for it. I had to pay for mine. You know what I mean? They're gonna give me $10,000. Right? You're gonna give me 10,000? I paid mine back. Can I get 10,000 back? We did a show on that though. I ain't with it. You know what I mean? I ain't with it. Sister Candace said, brother Dino, like the Republican-led Supreme Court will not pass the program. Biden vetoed the portion of the debt ceiling bill, but that doesn't matter anyway because of what I already said. Facts. Brother Dino, if Obama had overdue library books, we would have heard about it, DL. Yeah. I mean, there's that political game. I mean, they can say what they want. Obama did an outstanding job. And that guy came into office when the country was in a mess. Like TARP and all that. That was under Bush. That was under W. Obama came in there and turned things around. Man, you gotta give it to the guy, bro. You gotta give it to the guy. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. Sister Candace, we are free because of the brave. Exactly. We are. Couldn't have said it better. DL, have you found a GOP policy idea you would like yet? No, because I mean, all these policies are messed up. I haven't, but I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna keep looking. It just, the Republicans tend to want to give corporations all the welfare and all the bailouts and all the money, all the tax breaks. And the Democrats they say they want to do the same thing and help people with these policies. Like, if you got terrible credit, we're gonna let you get a house for 1% down and all this other kind of stuff. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm somewhere in the middle. Like I'm not. It's just a lot going on. There are things out there the Republicans have done historically that I thought were cool, and there are things out there the Democrats have done historically I thought was cool, and then there are things out there I thought was stupid, done by both sides. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, it comes down to how can I help me and my family, right? That's like old air traffic control saying, what does that have to do with me? How does this benefit me, right? So when I look at stuff, I tend to vote my wallet. It just right now we're out there politically right now, man. It's in disarray. It's absolutely in disarray. And like I said, this recession is here. We got some problems coming. We got some problems coming. So let's see what America looks like in 6 months, right? Let's see what it looks like, bro. We'll see. We'll see what ideas and what what policies will help America at that point. So, but yeah, man, that's it, right? I just wanted to bring this stuff up. Donald Trump, boy, this is very, very bad for America on the one hand. On the other hand, it shows that no one is above the law. They tried to get Donald Trump to give these documents back. He didn't. And this is where we are now. Ain't no giving them back now. We are here. This is what they're doing. He is definitely he is not going to do well with this case. He is not going to do well, y'all. Point blank, period. I don't see a way out. I don't even see, like I said earlier, I don't even see a deal that could be had at this point. Is it going to go to trial? I doubt it. If it does go to trial, there's not going to be any cameras in there. But I doubt if this goes to trial. I truly believe that there's going to be some sort of deal, or he's just going to throw himself on the mercy of the court. Like, yeah, I did it. And then, wait for the pardon from the White House. That's what I think. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Brother Dino is saying the GOP reset will start after 2024. Biden win. And like I said, man, I ain't happy about that at all. I don't want Biden in the White House for another 4 years, man. I don't know if he's gonna make it to the election. He's too old. I don't know. Sister Candace, pardon is the way out. Facts. And if the pardon is going to come from the White House, I don't care who the president is. Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. I really see them giving Trump a pardon. I could be wrong, but I really see them, unless during the process of this investigation of this trial, it comes out that he sold these, this information to our enemies. If he did that, then it won't be a pardon. It won't be. If they can prove that he sold this information to whoever out there, then there will not be a pardon. He'll have to do his time. He'll never get out of jail. They'll leave him there. They'll have to. He'll die in prison if that comes out. But outside of that, yeah, he's gonna get a pardon. Yeah, and Sister Candace like, I'll take home confinement in Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, that's the thing too, man. You're gonna have to do time. He ain't gonna do like house arrest. And Brother Dino saying the same thing is gonna be house arrest. Nah, they're gonna put him in an institution for this. They're gonna put him in an institution. That might be part of it. If they, try to structure a deal early on, maybe they would have gotten that. But I think at this point, now you're gonna have to get into an institution, bro. And Mar-a-Lago ain't gonna be enough. We can't just put you on a box for this. He's gonna have to wind up in an institution. What institution and how would they handle him? No one knows. This is unprecedented. You're gonna lock up a president. But yeah, I think they're gonna lock him up. And me and my people have been talking about this. Like, yeah, they're definitely gonna lock him up, I believe. So man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. That was, we're gonna be talking about this moving forward, y'all. This is crazy. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Brother Dino is saying the bigger cases are yet to come. We'll see. This is just the beginning, y'all. It's gonna continue to America's gonna be sitting down watching this and paying attention to this. Meanwhile, no one's gonna be helping those Americans who are getting crushed by this recession. People are losing their homes. This insurance thing is out of control. Joblessness is going to go up. The unemployment numbers are going to go up. Things are getting bad. All this is going on at the same time, like the ultimate smoke and mirrors, right? Everyone's focused on the Trump trial, and no one's really paying attention to whatever else is going on. Like banks might be going under left and right. Too big to fail banks are getting bigger. Insurance companies are getting these, sweetheart deals with the government backstops and bailouts and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Americans are losing their homes. Prices are going down and people with cash are just buying up houses left and right. We just got to keep our eyes on what's going on, bro. This is going to be crazy. I have not watched Tenet, bro. I haven't. My bad. I haven't watched it. I've been dealing with some stuff, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I've had a lot of time to sit back and watch. I did look to see if Tenet was on Amazon Prime and it wasn't. Of course, it's not on Netflix. So I'm gonna have to find another platform to actually stream it and watch it. And I'll get to it. I really will, bro. But I got a whole bunch of other stuff I'm dealing with. And I really need to get this stuff sorted out. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. And it's really messed up my plans for things that I have going on. But it is what it is. I'll get through it. Sister Candace, have any Democrats come forward to run in 2024? No. RFK Jr. and that Marianne, whatever her name is, what's the name of the black guy? I mean, he's like the communist or the socialist party, Cornell something. So I can't remember his name. It's Cornell something. I'm sure Brother Dino knows. Cornel West. Cornel West has thrown his name in a hat. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. So no, the answer is no. The Democrats got everybody on lock. No one's going to do it. Gavin Newsom's out there talking a lot of stuff, talking about what he wants to do with guns and all that kind of thing. Is kind of like letting them know, if y'all decide we don't want Biden, that I'm ready, kind of thing, trying to pander to the left. But no one's out there really, really trying to do nothing. And that's sad. That's really sad. There's no debates. The Democratic National Convention, they've already said it. Dems like, we're not going to have any debates. So what's the point? You know what I mean? I was looking, looking at what Tulsi Gabbard had to say about Trump, and I don't agree with anything she said about that. I think that's all wrong. I don't know why she did that. And then, there's as far as alternatives out there, there's Andrew Yang. Nikki Haley came out and said that, if Trump is guilty, that he should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Good for her. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see. But yeah, brother, that's like Newsom versus DeSantis. Nah, DeSantis, bro, I'm telling you. You can forget about DeSantis, man. Florida is crumbling right now. He's not doing anything about it. So Trump is going to take care of DeSantis before Trump's trial comes around. Trump is going to knock DeSantis out of the race. Watch. So you ain't got to worry about that. There's no way that DeSantis could win a national election, especially with what's going on here in Florida. It's getting worse day by day. Day by day, week by week, is getting worse down here. So, and DeSantis is nowhere to be found. He's not doing anything to help the people. He's out here doing all kind of stuff for these insurance companies. He's out here doing all sorts of stuff for SpaceX. You know what I mean? He's not doing anything for the average Floridian, and that is going to bite him in the butt. So, and he doesn't have any charisma. He's like an empty suit. He's like a dude. He doesn't know how to talk to people. He doesn't know how to relate to people. Right? He's upset, right? He's upset the Latinos with that new law that he put out there, which is going to negatively affect Florida because all of the, there's this law for undocumented workers, right? Illegal immigration, illegal immigrants. They're leaving the state in droves. They don't even want to deal with it. They're gone, man. They're gone to Georgia, gone to the Carolinas, gone to Ohio, gone to Texas, gone to Florida. They're gone. And they're going to get paid top dollar to go out there and do their work. Meanwhile, that work is going to go unfilled here in Florida. There's no Americans that want to do that work. It's hard work. So, yeah, man, like it is crazy. 2028, nah, bro, it's not going to happen. Like he has to fix Florida. He's not going to be able to fix Florida, so he can forget about running ever again. 2028, nah. If he did, he wouldn't get Florida. And like I said, he's bad with people, bro. He's bad with people. I mean, again, it's still a popularity contest. Sister Candace, as crazy as it sounds, I'd rather deal with the devil I know, Trump, versus the one I don't, DeSantis. Wow, that's facts. El DeSantis, facts. And, Trump's going to take care of himself. Trump's about to have to sit down. Here's what it is. He's going to have to sit down, do his time until the pardon comes through. So, y'all, thanks for rocking out with me. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. This was fun. I'm going to put all of the links in the description. Bro, we're just gonna see how this plays out. If you're a Trump person, yeah, it don't look good for your guy. Let's put it to you that way. It does not look good for your guy. And he's going to destroy DeSantis while he's dealing with this. So if you're a Republican, it just hurts all the way around. But we'll see how this plays out, y'all. So I'm about to get up out of here, man. Thank y'all so much, Sister Candace, Brother Dino. Thank y'all so much, Brother Richard, man. Thank you so much for being up in this joint, man. And everyone else who was here, I appreciate y'all, man. This was cool. I'll be back, man. We're gonna talk some red pill stuff probably later on tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. I wanted to do the show that I plan to do today with about Andrew Tate on that interview with Valuetainment Patrick Beck-David. So we'll get to that tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna talk about some other stuff, man. We're gonna keep the content coming, keep rocking it out, keep doing the shorts and all that good stuff, man. So I really appreciate y'all. And the $20 super sticker again for this show, man. Real Bravado Network. Thank you, brother. I truly appreciate that, man. So I am out, man. I hope you had a good time. I know I had fun, man. I'm gonna see y'all later and talk to y'all soon. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast, man. I am out. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.